Hi, I'm Andile Khumalo, and you're watching Entrepreneurs Stay Alive, brought to you by I'm an Entrepreneur. National lockdown is over as we know it. We are now on level 4 to try and get the economy, of course, going back to normal, whatever the new normal will be. Now, one of the sectors that has continued to work is the agricultural sector, obviously because of the essential service that it provides in making sure that we still have food to eat. One entrepreneur that is in that sector is my good man Ntuthuko Shezi. However, he's got a very different take on the sector. He runs what he calls a crowdfarming platform, not crowdfunding platform. Yes, I'm talking about Livestock wealth, and he's even taken the opportunity to get you and I to be investors in cattle, but using technology. He joins you now on the line to talk about pivoting to the new normal. Mr. Shezi, sir, how are you?
I'm as alive as a 10-cent coin.
You look alive. You didn't have to get dressed up for the interview, you know. I know you're a farmer.
Of course, when I'm speaking to people like you, I need to look the part,
Lucky me. So before we go any further, not everybody knows what livestock wealth is. So let's start there. What is it and what inspired you to start it in the first place?
So Livestock Wealth is a platform that links people like you and me who are in the city with farmers who are out there farming. So we link you to a farmer who's farming cattle or farming macadamia trees, and you get to own the real assets that are growing on the farm, and you profit when the farmer harvests. So our job is really to connect the investor who wants to farm but lives in the city, can't have access to land, or the time and the skills. We link you with the farmers who already have all the stuff you don't have. So that's what Livestock Wealth does, a matchmaker between farmer and investor.
Why is an investment via livestock wealth a worthwhile investment, particularly in these difficult times? You know, people are a little bit confused or disoriented about investments lately. The other day we heard that the oil price had gone to a negative price, where the oil companies would pay you to take their oil, which makes absolutely no sense to most of us. So investments are a little bit up and down. Share prices are lower than they used to be. So people are a little bit nervous about what the new world will be. What makes an investment into cattle of all things, but through your platform, a little bit more secure, as you claim?
Well, in terms of uncertainty, like now, cattle and physical hard assets, like gold, become the running place where people run to, where they say, I'm tired of losing paper money in paper stocks, paper assets. I want to put my money where I can see it. So then livestock, which is cattle or goats or even gold and platinum, become the safe havens where people run to, where they want stability in terms of assets. And we've seen that at Livestock Wealth. Compared to March 2020, our sales are up 40% on the month in terms of volumes of people who are investing. Because I think more people are really seeing and believing this message, which we've been saying for years, saying everything else is volatile. The price of all these companies on the JSE are based on people's emotions. If an analyst at Livestock wakes up, is angry, broke up with his girlfriend, he writes an angry note about MTN, then suddenly MTN is down 50%. And that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But the good things with cattle, they're out there, they're eating grass, they're growing in value, they're growing in weight. If it's a tree, if you leave it there yesterday, you're gonna find it there tomorrow,
There's been some growth. Talk to me about right now. If I go into the platform and I have 1,000 Rand, 2,000 Rand, 10,000 Rand I want to invest, what are my options? What's the underlying product? Is it just cattle or is there other stuff now?
So we have 3 categories of products. We've got cattle, which is cows, where we supply free-range meat to large supermarkets such as Woolworths and others. So you can own the cow as it grows in physical weight and in value over a 6-month period, or you can own a pregnant cow where you exit your investment when the baby has been born and then is bought back for a higher price. So your investment is in the actual physical growth of the asset. And whatever happens to the asset, the farmer replaces. So the farmer ensures that if something happens to the cow, I'm going to put Andile back to his original and better position with his investment. So there's benefits to the investor. So
and the other two?
So you ask the other ones that we have is macadamia trees. I think you guys may have tasted the macadamia nougat. I think even there's an ice cream with macadamia flavor now. So macadamia is probably the highest grossing crop per hectare compared to planting sugarcane or anything else. Planting macadamia yields close to 20 times more per hectare for the farmer. So, but it takes about 7 years to grow a tree. So we then partner with the farmers to help them grow more trees, where you and I own the tree as it grows for 2,000 Rand. And then 6 years later, the farmer buys back the tree from us for about 4,200 Rand, almost doubling our money in 6 years. So that's what we've built in as well. The last product we've got is the organic garden tunnel, where we plant vegetables such as coriander, herbs such as basil, what else we have? Rocket. We supply those to fruit and veg or food lovers market. Okay. So you own the greenhouse where this stuff gets grown, and the farmer pays you a rental through our platform. So that's the innovation.
Wow. Has COVID-19 helped or hurt your business? I mean, you did touch on it when you spoke about the increase in sales. Do you think it has anything to do with the pandemic?
I think COVID-19 will eventually help the business in terms of people's consciousness about organic good food that's grown slowly, about investing in assets they can see. I think overall, we stand to benefit. Even though currently there's a temporary downward trend in the meat prices. So I think as you are sitting at home, there's less restaurants open. So that means there's less meat being consumed. So then the demand just reduces, meaning the prices also go down. So there's a temporary reduction in terms of that. But I think overall, we're getting inquiries of people putting in R1 million. Like just 2 days ago, a pensioner said, okay, I've got R1 million. I'm going to put it into free range cows so that every 6 months I get a dividend income or profit income from the sale of the cows that I can use that to live from. So we're getting more serious investors who are taking what was considered a funny investment 5 years ago when we started, where people are like, this is where the money must be.
Right.
I'm extremely pleased about that part.
And what changes are you seeing going forward? I mean, you talk about the temporary ups and downs on the basis that we're going to go for, people say 12 to 18 months without a vaccine. There's going to be continuing social distancing. We're going to be wearing masks. People may not necessarily be as confident as they used to be. What do you foresee going forward for your business, and how you plan to pivot your business in such a way that it benefits from some of those trends?
One of the things that we want to do in the next few months is we've realized that people 3 times a day need to eat. So unlike say your fuel stocks where no one is driving anywhere. So, but your mouth and your stomach need to work at least 3 times a day. So we're gonna double down in terms of adding more agriculture assets onto the platform. So in the next few months, you should begin to see exciting things like goats on our platform. So all these other things which are real hard stores of value, you're gonna be able to see on our platform.
That is brilliant, Mr. Shezi. That is absolutely brilliant. So what is the cost? Because everybody talks about the cost of the investment. This stuff doesn't happen for free. So indeed, I want to come and buy for 1,000 Rand, or was it 2,000 Rand for that macadamia tree, and I put my money in. What is the cost of the investment while I'm waiting for the 6 years?
While you're waiting for the 6 years, we don't charge your monthly management fees like all the other institutions do. Like we don't believe in eating away people's wealth. while they become poor. Because that's what mostly happens with all these companies. They drive the Ferraris and everything else because they take 2% of everything that remains after losses. Which doesn't make sense. So for us, we make money by adding our commission at the start of the investment term, and then it's just you and the farmer, and we manage the farmer on your behalf for that 6-year period. So there are no hidden fees in between. So you put in your $2,000, you wait 6 years, and after 6 years you get 4,200 rand, which is then your total.
Yeah. But for a cow, it's slightly different, surely. I mean, somebody has to feed the thing, somebody must take care of the animal, it may get sick. I mean, there's all sorts of risks that happen with this asset of mine, and somebody has to take care of it. Surely there's a cost to that.
Yes, it's true. But what we have done is simplified. Back in the day, if you look at our initial business model, we used to charge people a monthly amount for the upkeep of the cow. So we stopped doing that about a year ago now. So when you buy a cow, the farmer looks after the cow at his own cost for the duration of the investment, which is either 6 months or 12 months. And then, but the farmer is not out of pocket, because the value of the mother and the baby is still very high. So we wouldn't steal from the farmer to give to the investor or to take for ourselves. So there's still enough shared value between the farmer, livestock wealth, and the investor to make the everything worth the while for everyone. So
I see.
With the pregnant cow, you invest 18,000 rand, 730 today on your pregnant cow, and then 12 months later, the farmer buys back the mother and the baby for about 20,700 rand. So your money has grown by 2,000 rand without you doing much.
Wow. Brilliant stuff, Mr. Shezi. I love it. I'm so proud of you. I remember the early days of Livestock Wealth, and look now, you got different products, you got different costs, everything.
No, you've been an investor for a long time, but thank you for your continued support.
I'm going back in.
Go ahead and increase the portfolio, man.
Thank you, my good guy.
Make up for the losses on the JSE. Come this side.
Thank you, my guy.